on your illustrations, you draw that. But that's impossible to be a pocket because in order to have a hole like that, it's going to unravel. So you need to stitch around it to finish it up so it doesn't frail, right? So that's why we have this narrow little welt on each side. This is actually the width of how much we're going to be cutting from the stitching line. Okay? The seam allowance is going to be the filler of that welt pocket. So if we have a double welt pocket, it's never going to be drawn like this. It's actually going to be drawn like this. Doesn't it look like that?
Right.
Okay? If we do a single welt pocket, like for example this one, yes?
You have a
We're going to be drawing it like that.
Right.
And if we were to draw a pocket with a flap, it actually will be a double welt pocket, but with the flap inserted to the top seam. So you will be able to see that and then the flap. But underneath is going to have these other welt inside. And then also we need to create the pocket bag, right? Because these are not, what is it? These are not fakies. These are actually functional pockets, right? Everybody okay? Oh, here, look, I have it inside out. Okay? So I made this jacket on purpose that way. So if you see on a real jacket, I'm not going to be that intense with you guys. I'm going to make you use the same fabric so you don't have to really create it all. But in reality, your pockets always have a facing. So when the pocket opens, it looks like it is the same fabric. Okay? But anybody has regular pocket? You have regular pockets, so you're going to be our guinea pig today. So if you look at on his pocket bag, turn a little, they can't see.
Sorry.
Okay, see that you have this pocket bag,
Right.
but then you have a piece of the fabric of the pants. So when you sit down, this usually kind of bubble up. You will look inside and it will be the same material as the outer pant. Now, why wouldn't you make the whole pocket on the same fabric of the pants? Because first of all, it's too thick. Second of all, it is not strong enough to hold the things that you put in your pockets. Eventually, it's going to come apart. So for example, you put keys, you put change, you put all of those things, it will tend to make a hole, especially this kind of line, right? This is not really the best. Now, also on this side, you also have a facing, right? So we didn't do it on the pants, but if we were talking about grain lines, you know, this slanted, what happens when you cut it slanted? It becomes on the bias. So the facing, you cut it on the grain, and that way you can support it so it doesn't stretch out. Do you put fusing there? No, we're trying to make it lighter. You put more fusing, then it becomes thicker, right? But by just changing the grain line, so it will be on the grain line, you give it strength enough, because we tend to put our pocket in. It's like you literally are doing this interaction that will stretch out your pocket opening, right? Blue jeans are different, okay? Even though I do have a facing on my blue jean. Yes? Okay. So, for your double...
Denim jeans.
Huh?
Like denim jeans, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Black jeans. Unless we're colorblind. Anyway.
You said blue jeans.
I said jeans. I said jeans. You said blue jeans.
No, you said.
I said blue jeans.
Wait, it's on camera. It's on camera.
Ah, they're gonna sue me now. Huh? So, what we're gonna do, since you guys promised me you're gonna have incredibly fantastic presentations, we're gonna make your pockets the size of a letter size. Okay? Letter size paper. That way you can put it in a book. So we're gonna cut, you guys are gonna take one piece of fabric, there is plenty fabric there, and we're gonna make a pocket right in the middle. Okay? So if my pocket, usually pockets are 5.5 inches opening, 5 to 5.5. Let's do 5. Okay, anybody see my ruler? I'm gonna do, no, I put glasses probably would be better. We're gonna do 5. Each lip of the double weld pocket is gonna measure 1/4 inch. Okay? Are we okay? Okay, you're awfully quiet today.
We're learning.
I'm not gonna give you lunchtime anymore because it makes you sleepy.
Oh,
Okay.
you don't like it.
I know. So this is how it's going to look when it's finished. I'm gonna make a punch hole on each of the 4 corners so we'll know the size of these pocket. Okay? Each lip measures 1/4. So I'm going to make it, you know, we're gonna stitch it at 1/4 inch, we're gonna flip it at 1/4, turn it in 1/4, and then give some allowance to it. So 3 times 1/4 for the mathematicians, 3/4, thank you very much. Let's give it maybe 1.5 inches more. So 1.5 inches plus 3/4.
That's two and a quarter.
Thank you very much. So I'm gonna make a rectangle of 2 inches more here, 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here, and 2 inches. I ran out of paper. Okay? And here we're gonna have the 4 punch holes. Also, to make this pocket, we have to cut really tremendously into that little corner. So we're going to make a little piece of fusible 1/2 inch bigger than the whole weld pocket to reinforce it. Okay? Are we all okay with this? All right. Now we need to do the pocket bag. Okay? So
2 and 2.
2 1/4 from the center. But since we measured 2, it was just easy to measure 2 more. Right? Okay. You understood what I said?
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay. So we're gonna do the pocket bag. Now this is going to turn 3 times, just so you guys can understand. This is gonna be 3 times. I'm gonna make it really soft, just as a guideline. So after the pocket is sewn, this is gonna flip down. Notice that one side is longer than the other. So the inner pocket bag is going to be 1 inch shorter than the outer pocket bag. Does that make sense?
Not yet. But,
Okay? You get my point?
yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna continue this line. I'm gonna continue this line. I'm gonna make it, I don't know, 4 inches deep. It doesn't have to be too deep. Okay? And I want the corners to be rounded. Anybody knows why we like to have the corners rounded? Exactly. So if not, it's gonna be a lint collector. Okay? And by the way, this already have the seam allowance. So I don't need to add any more seam allowance. So I'm gonna place this here because I like that little corner there. Yeah, there's nothing worse than having a men's white shirt with a patch pocket here and you have all the black outline. Actually, I saw somebody and said, oh, how pretty, you put a binding on it. And then I got close and said, oh no, it's dirty. Anyway. Facts of life. All right. Should we do, what time is it? 1, we have another hour. So we're gonna do the second pocket. That way we can have at least 2 for me to show you.
Okay.
Okay? So we're gonna do a breast pocket. And a breast pocket on a jacket is slanted.
Okay.
Have you guys noticed that? Okay. That's really good that you guys noticed. So I'm going to draw the pocket. Remember